11 News starts with severe weather Team 11 coverage.
It's a lot cooler today with scattered showers moving through the afternoon. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Peggy Finnegan.
Good afternoon. I'm Gordon Lush. Let's get right over to meteorologist Scott Harbaugh tracking the rain from home today. Scott?
Yeah, those temperatures about 20 degrees cooler right now than we saw for a high temperature yesterday, and a lot of clouds as we look live into downtown Pittsburgh right now. Cloud cover will be with us much of the day today, and live storm tracker Doppler 11 radar picking up a couple sprinkles in the area, but a bigger band of showers back to the west, and that will skirt parts of our area this afternoon. Still, despite the cool air, plenty of dry hours to get outside, and could be a peak of sunshine later today. I'm updating storm tracker right now, pinpointing the best chances to get outside over the next couple of days, plus some improvements to the weekend forecast. I'll have those for you coming up this half hour.
Breaking now, the Allegheny County Health Department just updated us on coronavirus cases.
That's right. 16 new cases have been reported since yesterday at noon. The total now is just under 1,300. Sadly, 8 more deaths have been reported. There are now 84 confirmed deaths and 10 are probable. 8 more people have also been admitted to hospitals.
Governor Tom Wolf is set to announce tomorrow which parts of the state can start the process of getting back in business. The first changes would take effect May 8th. And get ready for the return of orange cones. PennDOT announced this morning that it will resume construction projects tomorrow. New at noon, Pittsburgh Public School Superintendent Anthony Hamlet announced how students will be graded. Hamlet held a teleconference this morning about grading students as they learn from home.
While students are expected to engage in remote learning, we want to ensure that no student is negatively impacted by the circumstances beyond their control. For this reason, all students will pass the fourth quarter.
The district is also working on plans for a virtual commencement ceremony for seniors. It's set for June 13th and 14th, and they have not thrown out the idea of having a traditional commencement. That could happen in August, depending on social distancing guidelines as we move forward. Parents in the South Butler School District are raising concerns about remote learning. According to Butler Radio, issues were raised over the idea of recorded lessons compared to live lessons and the Google Classroom, which requires students to sign into their Google accounts to view materials. The issues were brought up during a recent survey, and the superintendent says those concerns will help with decision-making going forward.
On a conference call with reporters this morning, Governor Wolf said he will consider new cases along with the capacity of the healthcare system when he's deciding which areas could begin reopening. Allegheny County Executive Rich Fitzgerald says we are on track to get back to business, but he's not sure if we're going to be in the first round of reopenings on May 8th. He thinks the state could have the county reopen around May 15th. In order to get to the important yellow phase, Allegheny County needs to report fewer than 650 new cases over a 2-week period. The latest data between April 10th and 23rd does meet that criteria. Allegheny County officials say there's a lot to be worked out in terms of which businesses can reopen. Also, the state will likely provide guidance about how many people are allowed in a store, if it's appointment only, and if masks and gloves need to be worn. During the yellow phase, gyms, spas, casinos, and theaters will remain closed. Ziggy Murrin owns a hair salon in Wexford, and he is fed up with the restrictions.
Please tell me how our owners, how are we supposed to make a living? Just let us open one at a time.
And Ziggy is not alone. The Butler County commissioners are writing a letter to the governor. One commissioner told our Butler radio partners it's important the governor hears from them directly. The letter will ask to start the reopening process May 8th. Cases in the county are low, and commissioners say they don't want to be compared to other counties. They've spoken with the Butler Health System, municipalities, and local businesses about a possible plan.
Armstrong County leaders have the same argument. They don't want to be lumped in with larger neighbors like Allegheny County. Armstrong has just 50 cases total. Commissioners told our trip partners they were excited that the governor was looking to reopen county by county instead of region by region. And we want to stress that reopening does not signal a return to normal. Social distancing and wearing a mask are still going to be important. Health Secretary Dr. Rachel Levine says the yellow phase means we need to proceed with caution. We had those phases broken down for you on the WPXI News app and WPXI.com.
Breaking news at noon as the country starts getting back to business. Macy's says it's planning to reopen all of its stores within 6 weeks. The company announced this morning its plan to reopen 68 stores Monday in South Carolina and Georgia. Macy's stores closed in mid-March. Most of its employees were furloughed. The company said the 6-week timeline will hold if the virus tapers off and local restrictions are loosened. There's still a lot of concern about the number of infections and deaths at long-term care homes. 2/3 of everyone we lost in the state to COVID-19 happened at nursing homes or care homes. That includes 22 deaths in Westmoreland County, 58 in Beaver, 65 in Allegheny County. Industry leaders blame shortages of masks and gowns as well as lack of tests. The federal government says help is on the way. FEMA is preparing to ship personal protective gear to thousands of America's nursing homes in need. The PPE will start being delivered tomorrow. It includes surgical masks, gowns, and gloves.
A family who lost a loved one at Brighton Rehab is sharing their story. It is very sad and hard to hear, but the family wanted to speak out.
Then to have to see her suffering to breathe on camera. And I finally just told her, Kim, just go ahead and rest. Just go ahead. And tears began to fall down the side of her eyes.
The pain is still fresh for Jamie Worthy. Her sister Kim had been at Brighton Rehab for 7 years. She said the problem started when her sister was placed in the same room with a person who tested positive for COVID-19. Today, she is fighting for her sister with dozens of others in a class action lawsuit. That suit accuses the State Department of Health of stopping inspections at nursing homes, which opened the door to experimental drug testing on residents. The department wouldn't comment on the lawsuit, but issued a statement saying no serious red flags were raised.
After a weekend where thousands flocked to beaches in California, the governor is expected to announce that all parks and beaches will close again starting on Friday. Meantime, today is the last day of federal social distancing guidelines, and President Donald Trump says they won't be extended. The president is also talking about resuming his large campaign rallies. Channel 11's Jacqueline Fell has the developing details for us.
We just got more dismal economic news on the unemployment front as nearly 4 million more Americans are now laid off. That's really adding pressure to get the economy back up and running. Even though the number of coronavirus deaths are surpassing recent White House estimates, President Trump says he supports states that are rolling back their social distancing measures. He also says because they're in control, the federal guidelines, which expire today, don't need to be renewed.
I think a way of saying it, they'll be fading out because now the governors are doing it. I am very much in favor of what they're doing. They're getting it going.
The president is also looking to get back to his life before coronavirus. He's got a trip planned next week to Arizona, and he's talking about having those big campaign rallies again. Public health experts say Americans are going to need to embrace a new normal moving forward, and that includes extended, not relaxed, social distancing. Reporting outside Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
Tuition has been frozen for students who attend any state college or university in Pennsylvania. This will affect this upcoming school year. There are 14 state schools in Pennsylvania, including Slippery Rock, IUP, and Cal U. The state system of higher education says it froze tuition because it doesn't want to pass financial problems caused by coronavirus onto the students. There are studies being done around the world in hopes of learning more about COVID-19. One local team is taking an unusual approach. The focus is on the voice of someone with the virus. Channel 11's Mike Holden has a closer look at what researchers at AHN are doing.
AHN is exploring some cutting-edge technology and working with a local Pittsburgh startup. They're analyzing your voice, and they say the information they gather and collect could be crucial in the fight against the coronavirus. Can your voice and the way you speak show that you have the coronavirus? This is the question doctors and researchers with Allegheny Health Network are asking. They've partnered with Pittsburgh startup company Telling AI to study voices and try to determine what your voice has to do with lung health. It's something they've been working on for the last year. Many patients who have contracted the coronavirus say they have experienced severe respiratory problems. Experts hope that voice analysis through this site will help doctors determine when patients need treatment and when they should stay at home. Here's how it all works. AHN patients who get a doctor's ordered COVID-19 test can become eligible for voice monitoring and are sent a link to the sites. They record their voice on the website through their smartphone. If they test positive for COVID-19, they continue to provide voice samples for 30 days. Telling AI then analyzes the way you breathe and speak. Through signal processing technology, they can monitor respiratory infections and chronic lung diseases.
This will allow us to learn in this kind of new innovative technology that's very, very simple. It's not going to hurt anybody. I'm not taking blood from anybody. I'm just taking your voice. And the ability of us taking that data, analyzing it, using it, learning from it really has international implications.
If we can rule out the normals, if we can help identify the high-risk people, if we can get them to contact their providers, their healthcare providers, we can reduce the overwhelming burden on the healthcare systems.
Now the website for this project should be rolled out in the days ahead. Starting at 5 o'clock on Channel 11 News at 5, we're diving deeper into how this all aligns with social distancing practices and how it could be crucial in the months ahead. Reporting this afternoon from the north side, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
A heartbreaking story to tell you about in Sharpsburg. Police linked the death of a 1-year-old last year to illegal drugs. The medical examiner believes Latavis Gervasoni swallowed fentanyl and heroin. The little boy died an hour after being rushed to the hospital. Police have not filed charges at this point.
A local police chief died after coming down with the coronavirus. How his death could help researchers in Pittsburgh better understand the effects of the virus.
Plus showers across the area this afternoon. I'm tracking those dry hours when you can get outside.
It's very tough for all of us.
Plus, would you go swimming in a public pool with everything that's going on? What's being done to make sure they are safe this summer?
Channel 11 News and NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life.
Whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. All the best things happening in Pittsburgh in one place. Watch 11 Things to Do, Thursday and Friday mornings at 9:15 on WPXI Now and on demand. Pittsburgh's Chief Meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Allegheny Health Network is studying whether there is a link between the coronavirus and stroke. It's believed to have led to the death of Ambridge Police Chief Mark Remutis, who was laid to rest earlier this month. Channel 11's Joe Arena spoke with Chief Remutis' widow about the case study.
Through the tragic and recent death of Ambridge Police Chief Mark Remutis, new light could be shed on how he died. A new study being done right here in Pittsburgh could uncover a link that links strokes to the virus. On March 26th, Ambridge Police Chief Mark Remutis was told he tested positive for COVID-19. But in the days after, the chief began to recover and was doing well until the day after his quarantine was lifted, when he suffered a stroke. His wife, Renee, says her husband was even talking about going to work. Then everything changed in the blink of an eye the weekend of April 11th.
That's my one question. What happened from Thursday night to Friday morning that everything just turned upside down for us?
And this is something Renee has had several discussions about with doctors at Allegheny Health Network, including Dr. Michael Goldberg. Goldberg says the stroke that took Mark's life was likely caused by COVID-19.
The infection itself may also attack blood vessels, and if those blood vessels in the brain become inflamed, that can obstruct blood flow as well, leading to a stroke.
And Dr. Goldberg says, based on research, the strokes are due to, at least in part, to the increase of blood clotting caused by the virus. And he's now submitted Remutis' case to the American Journal of Neurology.
What our hope is that our study, for the first time, showed what the brain and what the vessels look like in the setting of COVID-19, a very dramatic appearance of multiple blood clots throughout the brain.
And for Renee, the hope is that she gets some answers and that others can be saved.
Hopefully in starting these conversations, starting these dialogues between those of us that have COVID and the doctors that are trying to figure this out, and just starting that dialogue, and hopefully maybe through all of this dialogue there will be some common denominators that that the medical field will start to piece together.
In Pittsburgh, Joe Arena, Channel 11 News.
There will be no mass testing at the Allegheny County Jail. At least 24 inmates have tested positive for the coronavirus there. County Executive Rich Fitzgerald says the jail has been following CDC guidelines, and that includes releasing nonviolent offenders. Close to 1,100 inmates have been released since mid-March.
A local church is doing what it can to give back to others. Members of Greenock United Methodist in Elizabeth Township collected money yesterday, and those funds will be split between the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank and other local pantries.
It is so great to see this happening at a time where some may lose hope, but they can see that there are people thinking of them.
The church raised about $2,000. It will hold another collection on May 15th.
A surprising letter for customers of Pennsylvania American Water. Their wastewater bills could go up by $20 a month. The water company says the rate increase is needed for infrastructure improvements. Pennsylvania American Water says it needed to file a request with the state's Public Utility Commission Wednesday. That request covers the company's entire customer base, which includes millions of people in multiple counties, including Allegheny.
It's cheaper to drink a glass of water than it is to flush your commode.
Pennsylvania American Water released a statement saying the request is not related to the COVID-19 pandemic and is based on the need to continue infrastructure improvements. Customers have until the end of June to object to the rate increase request through the Public Utility Commission.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
A lot of cloud cover across the area today. Not much in the way of rain right now, but more showers are on the way. Taking a live look at our PennDOT cameras this afternoon. This is I-79, Kerwin Heights. A lot of cloud cover. Not seeing much, if any, sunshine across the area today. And same deal as you head up I-79 toward Carnegie right now. Just a good deal of cloud cover. Gray April afternoon. Last day of April as well. And temperatures all month long have been fairly chilly. We've been fairly wet as well. No real change today. Notice on Storm Tracker, Doppler 11 radar, do have another band of showers swinging through eastern Ohio, and a couple of these starting to work their way into western Pennsylvania right now. A few sprinkles up into Mercer County, down towards Beaver County, into Washington County as well. Forecast this afternoon, if you want to get the dogs out, there will be plenty of dry hours this afternoon, and temperatures fairly comfortable, in the upper 50s to near 60 degrees much of the afternoon. By 8 o'clock tonight, peeling back to about 56. And again, some breaks in the overcast possible as we approach sunset tonight. Overnight tonight down to 44. Mostly cloudy skies, just some isolated showers across the region, but most of the night will be quiet and seasonably chilly for this time of the year. Normal low temperature for tonight, 45 degrees, so right where we should be. Tomorrow, a bit on the cool side, just not much recovery in the temperatures tomorrow. Only going to make it to about 57 during the day tomorrow. Few showers around during the day, but the bulk of the daylight hours tomorrow will be rain-free, and the better chance of picking up some rain tomorrow east and southeast of Pittsburgh as we go through the day. Here's Storm Tracker, 6:30 tomorrow morning. Notice the rain showers kind of dotting the area, not a lot of widespread rain, not much organization to this. By 11:30 noon tomorrow, we're picking up those rain showers across the area. Then during the afternoon, they quickly push to the southeast. That's why most areas are not going to see much in the way of rain during the day tomorrow. We'll see mainly showers southeast of Pittsburgh tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, but notice by 9:30, 10 o'clock tomorrow night, clouds begin to part. That sets us up for a pretty good Saturday. And Saturday is my pick day of the weekend. We'll see a nice mix of sun and clouds during the day Saturday, even though Sunday will be warmer. Nice warm up across the areas. Temperatures push up into the 70s for much of the region during the day on Sunday. Now, there will be a couple of showers, but notice the cooler air just south of downtown Pittsburgh. That's because the cloud cover to the south of Pittsburgh will be a little thicker, and that's going to be the better chance of some showers on Sunday from Pittsburgh on south. 73 for the high temperature on Sunday. Rest of your 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Sun comes back out Monday. Still comfortable for this time of the year. Monday's high temperature about 64 degrees. I will be updating Storm Tracker for a new hour-by-hour timing on the rainfall chances through the afternoon and into the evening. I'll have that for you coming up next half hour.
Coming up, the bill heading to the Pennsylvania House meant to protect our first responders from COVID-19.
And we could be just 2 months away from seeing baseball again, but the many things that could change when the Pirates return.
You hear us say Channel 11 News 11 at 11 all the time.
But this is what it means.
It means you get 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
It means we deliver breaking news, local news happening now, and details about what's happened since 6.
All before the first commercial.
11 at 11 means I'll track storms and bring you your first look at weather before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Watch tonight.
happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
The coronavirus pandemic could have a major financial impact on our school systems. The Pennsylvania Association of School Business found Pennsylvania schools could lose $1 billion in local tax revenue. The data says that Pittsburgh public schools could lose more than $10 million, and the North Allegheny School District could lose more than $7 million. College athletes could soon be able to make money from endorsements. The NCAA Board of Governors said today that it supports a plan to let athletes make money from their names, images, and likenesses. The group's membership still has to vote on the changes at a convention in January.
The NFL is expecting to start the 2020 season on time. The league spokesperson tweeting all schedules will be released by May 9th. And they say the Super Bowl is still on for February 7th, 2021 in Tampa, Florida. And Pirates fans, you could see a very different 2020 season. The league could be considering a plan to realign the league this season with 3 10-team divisions. And let's just say the Pirates would have some tough competition. The Bucs would be in a division with the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Nationals, Orioles, Phillies, Blue Jays, Rays, and the Marlins. And let's not forget about hockey. The Pens still want to win another Stanley Cup, but the league and the Players Union are saying no decision at this point. No timeline has been set for a possible return. The Return to Play Committee will continue to meet to work on a solution.
We do. Never been through this before.
Channel 11 finds out how a local funeral home is making it easier to say goodbye despite social distancing.
And companies are making false claims about having products that treat or cure COVID-19. The warning coming from the federal government to get these companies to stop.
Plus, I'm updating Storm Tracker to pinpoint the best times to get outside the rest of the afternoon.
Every candidate, every voice, every vote matters. From the campaign trail to your backyard, we're talking to the candidates about the big issues and to the voters who will decide the election. Channel 11 News, Decision 2020 coverage. Streaming WPXI Now, your source for breaking news, weather, and original local shows. Murder, mystery, and the missing. Justice Rules profiles real-life crime stories. Tuesdays at 9 p.m. right here on WPXI Now.
When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
And we're back with severe weather Team 11 coverage for you. Much cooler today, and it's a rainy forecast.
Meteorologist Scott Harbaugh is tracking those changes from home this afternoon. Scott?
Yeah, the good news is it's not an all-afternoon rain, but it's certainly enough to be a bit of a nuisance. Live storm tracker Doppler 11 radar scanning the skies for you right now. Up into Beaver County, Lawrence County. Notice we do have a couple of light showers right now, but a more significant line of rain showers back to the west and eastern Ohio, and those will work their way into our area during the course of the afternoon. So there will be many dry hours, but once that area of rain comes in, it could be a good hour or two. We get pretty wet, especially from Washington on north. 55 degrees in Pittsburgh right now, 56 in Morgantown. Temperatures not going very far today. We'll try to top out near 60 in the city of Pittsburgh, most of the suburbs in the 50s. We are setting up for a fairly decent weekend. I'm tracking how much of your weekend is going to be dry. I have a number for you coming up this half hour.
A lot of new information today on coronavirus cases and efforts to get back to business.
So here's the latest for you. Governor Tom Wolf is set to announce tomorrow which parts of our state can start the process of getting back in business. The first changes would take effect May 8th. And get ready for the return of orange cones. PennDOT announced this morning it will resume construction projects tomorrow. Pittsburgh Public School Superintendent Anthony Hamlet announced how students will be graded during remote learning during a teleconference. Hamlet said that the district wants to make sure that no student is negatively impacted by circumstances that are beyond their control. So the district has decided that all students will pass the fourth quarter.
A bill that would let first responders know about COVID cases where they work just passed in the state Senate. And State Senator Jim Brewster said he strongly backs the bill because it's information that needs to be made available. It would require local health officials to notify 911 communication centers, police, fire, and other first responders within 24 hours of a case being reported in their community. The bill now heads to the House of Representatives for consideration.
One of the hardest parts of this pandemic has been having to say goodbye from a distance.
Think your dad was looking down, proud that you figured out something?
Yeah, he was probably figuring, like, what the heck's going on?
David Barnes lost his father, but still found a way to let other people pay their respects. Channel 11's Kara Sapida introduces us to the drive-through funeral service.
This local funeral home wanted to give families a chance to grieve in person despite these new restrictions, and they came up with the idea of a drive-through service. They held their first one on Friday, and loved ones were actually able to come and pay their respects right through this window. Funeral services across the state have resumed with new restrictions in place. Inside of the Resevich Funeral Home in Westmoreland County, they have only 10 chairs set up because only 10 loved ones are allowed to attend total. Last week, the funeral director took a call from David Barnes, whose dad had just passed away.
What do we do? Never been through this before.
87-year-old Kay Barnes was a member of the Arnold Fire Company No. 2 for 67 years. His son thought members of the fire department may want to pay their respects.
Necessity is the mother of invention, so we just really kind of had to put something together to try to honor Mr. Barnes in any way we could.
Bill Resevich came up with the idea of a drive-through service, even built this stand himself to display the casket higher and leaning toward the window. And Friday, cars drove through.
We had the casket in one half of the window, and the family was in the other half, and we had the windows open so that people coming by were able to talk to the family.
It was a pretty neat idea, and it worked very well. Just, you wanted to give people hugs. A friend of mine came from Ohio, and he knew all he could do was drive through.
And through this window, David spotted one vehicle in attendance too big to drive through, driven by Engine Company No. 2 firefighters.
We were amazed what the fire company did.
Think your dad was looking down, proud that you figured out something?
Yeah. he was probably figuring, like, what the heck's going on?
In Westmoreland County, Kara Sapida, Channel 11 News.
The Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank just wrapped up another drive-up distribution. This one was held in Greene County at the fairgrounds this morning. And there is no rest for the food bank. They're holding another one Saturday at the Pittsburgh International Race Complex. That is right by the Beaver-Lawrence County border in Wampum. That's from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. The food bank will be able to serve up to 2,000 vehicles at that distribution. Food banks across the country are struggling to meet demand right now. Feeding America, the nation's largest group of food banks, says it's now seeing a staggering 100% increase in demand at some of its distribution sites. But more help is on the way. A new federal program is starting to pair up more distributors with food banks.
The FDA has sent warnings to dozens of companies accused of marketing fake coronavirus cures. Channel 11's Samantha Manning found out many are using junk science in order to seem legit.
Right now, there isn't any FDA-approved product to cure, treat, or prevent COVID-19. But that isn't stopping some companies from falsely claiming they have the answer. From essential oils and herbal products to items claiming to be the miracle solution, the federal government says companies are preying on the desperation for protection from COVID-19.
The issue is products are claiming that they prevent other common illnesses from spreading. And then kind of making leaps within those claims, connecting it to the coronavirus as well.
I spoke with a consumer watchdog with the U.S. Public Interest Research Group known as PIRG. The organization analyzed the letters sent by the Food and Drug Administration to different companies. One company is based in Melbourne called Colloidal Vitality. PIRG found that more than half the warning letters were for products that claim to enhance the immune system or have an antiviral property.
There's nothing wrong with antiviral products, but when they start to verge the line of claiming to cure the coronavirus or fully prevent it, that's when the FDA steps in and gets involved.
Watchdogs say there are warning signs for people to look out for when searching online for information about the pandemic.
One main thing to look for is very scientific language, very bold claims, and then also rhetorical questions, claiming like, are you scared of contracting the coronavirus? Here's a cure for you.
And the FDA says if the companies don't stop making false claims, they could face legal action. In Washington, Samantha Manning, Channel 11 News.
Some of our thoughts are to manage the different times people can come.
There's nothing like jumping in the water on a hot summer day. What's being done to protect public pools from the coronavirus?
And a local mom doing what she can. A simple idea helping thousands of frontline workers. Breaking News Desk is really an invaluable tool.
You're going to get breaking news as it's happening. You can be assured that everything I tell you is something that's important that's going to impact your day.
We have an anchor now dedicated to following the latest information as it comes in.
I know the neighborhoods, I know the school districts, and that really helps to inform you so that you know if something is going to impact your family.
As soon as she gets that information, the Breaking News Desk is able to go on air, bring that information to you and share it.
That is a resource no one else has. If you see me on the Breaking News Desk, you
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
There are so many ways Pittsburghers are helping during this time of crisis, and we just love hearing their stories.
Our Jennifer Tomazic has met so many of them virtually, of course, over the last several weeks. And she spoke with a Murraysville mom about an invention to make wearing masks a lot more comfortable.
General name is just S-hook. Mask, some people call them ear savers.
Call them what you will, but these little acrylic hooks are helping workers across the country thanks to Becky Rothruff of Murraysville. They hook the straps of the mask in the back of the head, relieving some pressure.
It's truly just kind of helped across the board for industries that have to wear these masks constantly. They come out basically just like this.
Becky has a new laser cutting business called Little Susie Design. Almost immediately after getting her business up and running, she shifted from making cute decorations to hooks for local friends and nurses.
And apparently one of my posts must have gone sort of viral. We have 756 requests for a total of 12,000 hooks.
And now Becky has 13,000 requests for hooks from all over the country.
I've had Florida, California, Nebraska, Montana, North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, Connecticut.
She and her daughters are shipping them out with love for free to the people who need them.
They're our heroes, and so we send it out to our hero, and everyone can use just a word of encouragement right now.
Becky has already made 6,000, and until she can fulfill the other half of her order, she's not taking requests right now. But when she can, she'll get back at it for as long as the requests are there.
I genuinely hope there's not a need. That's the main thing. I mean, I hope that these are, you know, something of our memory, and that's that.
Some of our thoughts are to manage the different times people can come.
Don't you just love jumping in the water on a hot summer day? What is being done to protect swimmers in public pools from the coronavirus?
No hot weather around here today. It's all cool stuff, and I'm tracking when showers are going to keep you indoors.
No, you have a lot of questions.
In a little more than 2 weeks, some counties will reopen and some won't.
If the rate of infection holds up in our area, we could see some movement in reopening.
Stay with Channel 11 for answers about coronavirus.
WPXI Now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscasts. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now.
Severe weather coverage where you live
on Channel 11 News.
Normally, public pools would be opening in just a few weeks, but now it's unlikely that they'll be ready to go by Memorial Day. Pools need nearly a month's notice to treat the water and train the staff. Channel 11's Jillian Hartman found out what's being done to save a summer tradition.
Well, how inviting does this look, right? We know a lot of families are looking forward to taking a dip in the pool this summer, but right now officials are trying to figure out the best way to safely open public pools.
We're all talking about how can we safely restrict, how are we going to push enforcement and comfort levels of the guests as they come in.
Pete Geis with Cranberry Township is working closely with neighboring municipalities on opening public pools.
It's very tough for all of us. You know, we're all putting these plans together, but not knowing what the restrictions will be at that time.
He says they plan on limiting the number of families at the pool at a time.
Some of our thoughts are to manage the different times people can come. Like you can sign up for a 11 to 1 session, and that's what time you're allowed in the pool.
He tells me the pool is big enough for families to keep a safe distance.
We have about over 14,000 square feet of surface area in our pool. So by that figure, you can fit a lot of people in this area.
But is the pool safe to swim in? I spoke with a local infectious disease doctor who says it is safe.
The chlorine should kill off the virus, but the biggest risk is still going to be interpersonal interaction.
Guy says lifeguards will be on duty to enforce social distancing. However, amenities like the water slide will be closed, but concession stands will likely be open. They also plan to place markers around the pool to keep families at least 6 feet apart. Now, what about other summer attractions? Nick Paradise with Kennywood sent us a statement saying in part, while it's too soon to confidently provide an opening date, we remain committed to opening Kennywood, Idlewild, and Sandcastle this summer as soon as safely possible. He also says they are following health guidelines as they prepare to resume operations. Now, for anyone hoping to find a summer job, Cranberry Township will do virtual training for lifeguards. As for jobs with concession stands, maintenance, and guest services, you can apply for those online. Reporting in Cranberry Township, I'm Jillian Hartman, Channel 11 News.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
A lot of cloud cover across the area this afternoon. I don't expect much in the way of breaks until maybe late this afternoon and early this evening. Live look at our PennDOT cameras right now. This is Crosstown Boulevard heading into downtown Pittsburgh, and basically dry roadways. That's the good news. The bad news is just no sunshine this afternoon, and certainly not much warmth. 55 degrees. It's 20 degrees cooler than our high temperature yesterday of 75, which real nice day yesterday till the rain showers rolled in late in the afternoon. Had the steady rain last night. Today, scattered showers, and we'll continue with those scattered showers rest of the afternoon. Here's Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. I wanted to widen out the perspective so you could see the next round of rain showers coming in from eastern Ohio. They'll be here this afternoon. The steadiest rain will be off to the north of Pittsburgh, but spotty showers really everywhere this afternoon into this evening. So keep in mind, if you're outside, sky starts getting a little dark, head inside, rain on the way. Still plenty of dry hours to get the dogs walked this afternoon. Temperatures, though, slowly peel back late today. Will be 60 degrees at 2 o'clock. By 5 p.m., 59. And at 8 o'clock tonight, just before sunset tonight, could see a little bit of sunshine. Might make for a nice sunset in parts of the area. Here's that updated storm tracker I promised you. 2 o'clock this afternoon, notice the darker green to the west in eastern Ohio, and then those scattered showers this afternoon. A couple areas of yellow popping around 5 o'clock this evening. Could be some brief bursts of some moderate rain in a couple of areas, but most of the showers will be light with a bit of a breeze today. So keep in mind, just one of those days where you get some rain for 15-20 minutes, then you're dry for a half hour, then you might get another shower. They will begin to fall apart once the sun starts to set this evening, and then overnight tonight, just some isolated showers. 44 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, back to 57 degrees, a very chilly day tomorrow. Normal high temperature closer to 67 for this time of the year, and unfortunately more cloud cover tomorrow than sunshine, so not a very pretty start to the weekend. It will get better this weekend. As a matter of fact, 80% of the weekend will be dry. I think the better chance of rain this weekend is going to come during the day on Sunday, especially from Pittsburgh south. Not saying there couldn't be some rain showers up toward Butler, Newcastle, Franklin, but looks like right now the best chance of some steadier showers will be south of Pittsburgh. Should be warm everywhere, 73 for the high temperature in Pittsburgh. So once again, it's back above normal. Doesn't stay above normal for long. We cool off a little bit Monday, at least with some sunshine on Monday. 64 for the high temperature on Monday. Normal high by Monday is about 68 degrees. And much of next week, once again, will be spent below normal. April is going to finish about 3.5 degrees below normal for temperatures, and we'll extend that streak at least into the first week of May.
All right, thanks, Scott. Now here's Lisa Robertson with today's Steals and Deals.
Hey, guys. Today is so exciting because we're going to start with something that is only made for us. Nobody else has it. It's one of 3 amazing ideas on localsteals.com. Definitely check everything out there because it is there right now, but it's not there forever. We're going to start out with this great hat. How many people have a child that is actually a 4-legged, amazing fur baby part of your family? Our dogs and our cats are really part of our family. These are hats that say dog mom, dog dad, cat mom, cat dad on the front. Great colors, obviously. And then on the back, you can personalize it and put whatever name you want. Probably your little fur baby there, too. This is something that they're only doing for us on localsteals.com. It's from David & Young, and it's a price of $22. I love that. Golden thread jewelry is huge. It's actually been worn by a million celebrities. I'm sure you've seen it on Taylor Swift and Pippa Middleton and Emma Stone, and the list goes on and on. This is a beautiful line of jewelry that you can personalize all these gorgeous pieces with initials or a name or a date or Roman numerals or anything like that. They're all handmade. They're all hand engraved. They have this beautiful antique gold plating on them. They're stunning, and they come on a 30-inch chain, so they're great for layering. Originally, these are $75, but we're not paying that. We're paying $37.50, and we're saving 50%. How much do we love that? Now, I love candles. Who loves candles? I love candles. Wait. They smell so good. I can never have enough candles. I don't know what it is. These are beautiful candles. They're soy. There's no paraffin. And besides being candles that burn beautifully and look great and smell amazing, these are going to be even more. They each come with a little scoop, and you can scoop out the wax when it's melted and literally put it right on your skin. How amazing is that? You can rub it in and use it as a body moisturizer. You can also use it as a massage oil. Different sizes, different fragrances, all the same great concept. I want these for when I travel, and that's another great idea that is originally $28.50 to $45. Here, only $14.25 to $22.50. You're going to save 50%. 3 great ideas, localsteals.com. Definitely check them out now, and we'll see you next time.
They once were patients, now they are helping patients. What Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are doing to help people battling COVID-19.
I like people to be honest, not stupid.
Nobody brings the truth to life.
Is that what you want me to believe?
Nobody can read between the lies.
I'm 5'9", and I have a body like Christy Brinkley. Do you believe that?
Like Judge Judy.
She's an 18-year-old girl. She got a settlement. You stole a little money. You wanted a big red truck. Shiny, shiny, shiny red truck. I still love this job.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 4 and 4:30 on Channel 11. News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Hollywood couple Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson have donated their blood and plasma to help in the fight against COVID-19. The couple got the virus while on a trip to Australia in March. They made the donation after they recovered and were confirmed to carry the antibodies. Hanks joked about the donation, saying he'd like to call it the Hank scene. I like that. A West Virginia business owner who was nearly forced to close because of the coronavirus is now staying in business because of it. The Best Fabric and Foam store in southern West Virginia was nearly forced to close. Then a customer asked the owner whether he had any elastic that could be used for a mask. Well, since then, the store has sold more than 2,000 yards of elastic with 2 more boxes on the way. The owner says if it weren't for that elastic, his store probably would have closed within 6 months.
GetGo is now delivering from its made-to-order menus. Starting today, the entire menu is available for delivery through DoorDash. Delivery is free on the first order of at least $15 through May 13th. You can also pick up your order curbside.
And that is all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5 o'clock.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day and stay safe.
So much new information out there about the coronavirus. At Channel 11 News, we're here to help you make sense of